Okay guys, so you have finished all of your VNG lab protocol. You click next, and it brings you to this screen. So before you hit finish, it's now the time that you go in and you analyze. So we'll start with gaze. And if this were to be longer than 20 seconds, you would set the graph to a solid data point where it's like a flat line and showing the response that you want. But in this case, we only did it for about 12 seconds, so that's good. And so you're just going to keep going through each test and analyzing it and trying to set it to a point that you want, or like, you know, information that you want to give. So I would, you know, for spontaneous nystagmus, leave it right here where it is. All of this is just noise. It's not a nystagmus or anything like that, so it's okay. And you can go ahead and keep going. Smooth pursuit. Again, you can set it to a wave that looks pretty to you. I'm going to leave it like that. OPKs, say there were to be some abnormal data in this asymmetry or in this shaded gray area and everything else is normal, you can go ahead and delete points or add points. I'm going to show you how to do that on calorics, but for this case, OPKs, there's no need to do any of that. And it's set to the screen. All of these would be filled with each direction, but I only did one, otherwise you would have data in all 4 boxes. Saccades, same thing, you just set it to the prettiest picture, I guess. Dixalpike, you can see this is when I lie her back, and then it's flat, there's no nystagmus present, so you can set it to, you know, wherever you want. The computer also like automates a peak velocity to give you a spontaneous peak velocity, but you're good. Next, this is again same different type of positioning. This is just for horizontal canals, same thing as Dixalpike. For positionals, it's very similar to gaze. You just set it to where you think like the prettiest depiction of the, you know, data you want to give is, and you will also have boxes for body left, head right, head left, and supine. And then for calorics, this is where the most of analysis is done. So it gives you the peak velocity right here, about 20 degrees per second. You have the option to change that if you disagree. And then in order to add points or remove points, so for example, say I wanted to remove this point right here, I just click on it, and then I can move it on the on the graph, or I can choose to delete it, and then that gets rid of it. However, if I want to redo that, I just hit this refresh button here. Or if I wanted to add a point, say I wanted to add a point right here, you can just move this part of the graph down, and now you can see right here I know that we're talking about the same point or same time, and you can just hit check and it adds a point. And again, if you want to redo that, you hit refresh, and then you want to have this pretty response for caloric. So if I really wanted to, I could go in and clean it up so that's like really one straight line up, and then and then we can see it suppresses. However, this is good, and when you do it for the right side, it will just be opposite. So then it will be up like this and down like that. And of course, while you're doing your analysis, if you have any questions or need help, please just reach out to me. And then to print it off, you can either print it and save it to the computer, or you can physically print it. I'm not sure if we're connected to the printers here, but you want to see what your results or your results are going to look like. So you hit preview. If it loads. And then this is what your final page should look like, and it will have all of the tests and all of the data and analysis, and then you can just hit print and you're done.